Last year, you and I spoke with Mike Betts of Nissan's Arizona Proving Grounds about the change of the Pathfinder from body-on-frame to unibody. This year, there's another change. That is a hybrid. There are three things that go with that change. Number one, the engine. Number two, the packaging bits to go from V6 to gas hybrid. And number three, obviously the MPG. Let's start with the first. The engine. We throw out the V6 and in its stead is a 4-cylinder, but this one has a supercharger strapped to it. Now, I spent a lot of time driving around the Music City here in Tennessee, and I would be lying to you if I told you wouldn't notice the power delivery difference. You're definitely going to notice a difference. But in this case, peak torque comes in at 1800 RPM. So there was never a time that I felt like it's flat-footed or there wasn't enough power, even in a big vehicle like that. Which brings up the next point, the packaging differences. When a car goes from gas to gas hybrid, a couple of things change. Remember, you're putting another propulsion system, so usually they make the gasoline tank smaller. The logic being, you get better MPG, so you don't need as much liquid on board to keep the vehicle going. You think of a Q7 or an ML diesel, those go like 600 miles in range. Not just because of MPG, that's because they have 21-gallon tanks. In this case, the V6 has a 19.3-gallon tank. Here, this 4-cylinder supercharged hybrid has a 19.3-gallon tank. So the overall effect, over 500 miles of range. Then we get into why it's a hybrid. The MPG. I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so I wanted to see what I could get to. And overall, this big vehicle, 35.4 MPG. Granted, it's rated for about 26 combined. That's a couple of points higher than the V6, and overall, you're not really getting a huge difference or huge penalty in power. Which brings up our next point, more MPG. We're gonna have another film to you guys to talk about another vehicle just a bit smaller. It is the new Nissan X-Trail, otherwise known in this country as the Rogue. Okay, so here's the script. For a new MotoMan film every week, click subscribe. And to get a sneak peek of what's coming up on the show, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, MotoManTV, all one word.